as much bad as we hear about the 304 culture, believe it or not, fellas, there are men that capitalize on the hot girl culture, right? They are capitalizing on it because there's two types of men when it comes to dating. There's two kinds of men that have completely different experiences. And of course, you got the in-between guys, you know what I mean? The guys that are just a bit above average, but really they're in between when it comes to the 304 or modern or hot girl culture and how they capitalize on it. And I'm gonna get right into it. This is Tarik Talks, and we're gonna be talking about some hotties and thotties, all right? So, first and foremost, hey, look, this isn't a discussion of morals. It's just an observation. This is something that can be observed, okay? And there's two kinds of guys that are in when it comes to dating dynamics. There's two kinds of guys. The first one is the average one that you see on these manosphere channels, these pill channels, and what these I don't even know if the RP is a thing anymore. Guys, if y'all know or if you keep up with it, let me know in the comment section if the red pill is even a thing anymore. Because I honestly, real shit, I don't know. I just be making my own videos, and the things that I watch are more philosophical and have to deal with consciousness and time and nerd shit like that. So let me know if the red pill is still a thing, right? But for the most part, these are the main guys on YouTube, and they have gripes about the 304 culture and the hot culture. They have gripes about how a lot of the modern young ladies are acting, and they're not wrong, right? They are wrong. And even the guys that do take advantage, they even still have some gripes. But I'm gonna get into that. But yeah, and that's the main things that we see on the manosphere or on YouTube, TikTok, whatever you want to call it, is guys like, yeah, a lot of these chicks are for the streets and they be doing this and they do that, and they just relationships are dead and all that kind of stuff, right? Then there's the other type of guy. There's the other type of guy that actually takes advantage of this. He takes advantage of it, and he kind of capitalizes on it because he has the gift of being able to attract young ladies for the most part. Not every single one, but the ones that he attracts and that he likes and that like him back, he does fairly good. These men are not really talked about that much, and in the YouTube spaces, they really aren't prevalent like that, right? Meaning they're not really they don't really make videos too much, not more than, like I said, the other side, the manosphere, the RP, right? But these guys are out here, and I've been seeing them since I was growing up, and these guys take advantage because they're blessed. They're blessed with game. There's physicality aspects to it as well, and they just know how to work it. It sort of comes somewhat natural. Now, I do believe, like I said, there's guys that are average, that are a little in between, okay? That are a little in between, and some of these guys are guys that used to not get play, but now it's kind of on an up and up, right? It's kind of coming up. But there's guys out there that just take advantage of it because for them, they know that it's easy, okay? They know that it's easy. And what do I mean by they know that it's kind of easy? What I mean is that they know the way that this culture is that it's very promiscuous. It's very out there. It's very loose. These guys, they, and this is a huge aspect, right? Because I know I said physicality, but also personality wise, they have a kind of a free flowing type of personality that, that is attractive to a lot of these so-called girls that, are for the streets and stuff like that, because they know that these chicks are out here and, they're doing what they do. They know this. They're not ignorant to it. They're privy to it. They're privy to the fact that a lot of these chicks are liberated, okay? They know how this goes. They know how this whole liberation thing goes, how this whole movement, they see how a lot of these chicks operate, right? And they think to themselves, hey, look, I'm just going to take advantage of it. I'm just going to play along with it, okay? Even though they might have a little bit of complaints as well. Like I said, even these guys that are so-called players and the ones that take advantage of this, hot girl culture, even they have some gripes, because it's like, sometimes it's like, dang, it's getting too crazy out here. But for the most part, these are the guys that are considered consensusly attractive, right? They're considered consensusly attractive. Now, there's many schools of thought on this platform about what attractive really is. Some people say it's just verbal, right? Verbal game. Some people are on the opposite end and they say it's nothing but physicality. I'm somewhat in the middle. And I say it's a mixture of both. And these guys have learned how to leverage their looks and leverage how they present themselves and leverage, what to say and stuff like that. And it's just very easy. It is extremely easy. These guys have a very, I'm not saying that it's just super duper, like when they step in a room, there's 3 chicks on them and they're all, doing freaky stuff to him off rip. But it's very easy because he kind of has that energy. He kind of carries that energy of, hey, look, I'm here to do what you're here for. I'm here to do what you're here for. And even though I said these guys have gripes, yeah, they have a little bit of gripes, but for the most part, they see it as, hey, look, it's open range, right? It's open range. And unfortunately, for the ladies, these are the same type of guys that they be complaining about. These are the same type of guys that they're like, oh, these dudes don't want commitment and they're doing this and doing that. Even though the chick was doing this whole hot girl summer type of thing, now all of a sudden when she runs into one of these guys that played her game, now she's upset. You know what I'm saying? Now she's upset because he kind of gave her a taste of her own medicine. And a lot of these guys, they could be found in what we all would think, right? The nightlife, lounges, bars, stuff, things of that nature. This is where they're roaming, their stomping grounds, so to speak. But they're also found in work as well. If you've ever worked in some kind of restaurant, if you ever work in some kind of warehouse that has a lot of women in it, you know that that's a very lucrative area for them, right? It's ripe with opportunity. Let's put it this way. And they have no problem, right? They have no problem of participating in it. And as a matter of fact, especially in their younger years, they enjoy it. They enjoy it. It's very fun. Because what guy, for real, not every guy, but a lot of guys would like to have that opportunity of getting chicks on a frequent basis. And a lot of these guys, they take advantage of it, even though they know inherently that this whole lifestyle and whole culture is really not beneficial, and it's really not all that good. And like I said in the beginning, I'm talking about morality. This isn't a video of morality, but you kind of can't help but to bring that in just a little bit. These guys deep down inside, they know that it's not the most moral thing in the world because it has repercussions, okay? It has repercussions Because when you're dealing with these type of women, okay, you are dealing with chicks that they also have no morals as well. So it's kind of like both people are playing the same game. But that was just a little sidetrack there, just to kind of talk about that for a quick second, because I feel like it is somewhat important to kind of mention that. But for the most part, they're out here. They're out here, and when they get with chicks, they really don't have to do all of that legwork that a lot of guys do. See, this is another huge gripe that a lot of the guys on the manosphere have, is that they had to do a lot of the legwork, meaning they had to prove themselves and this and that, and take her out on 50 dates and all that before they got a kiss. You know, all that stuff that we hear on a lot of these channels, which, by the way, sometimes really and truly, this is gonna piss a lot of dudes off. It's their fault that happened. It's their fault that happened, because they should have seen the level of disinterest that this chick had, but they were probably ignorant, which we all were at some point. So hey, look, that's neither here or there. But these type of guys, they don't have to do the legwork for two reasons. First of all, like I said, they are more on the attractive side, meaning they're gonna get a lot of attention from women, right? And that's just what it is. This is what it is. A lot of other channels will argue and have their own viewpoints. That's fine and dandy. But if you come out here and you see it for yourself, you see what I'm talking about. If you've hung around enough guys, you'll see that some guys get more play than others. That's what it is, okay? That's one. Second is because they know inherently, hey, look, if this chick isn't trying to move things along intimately, then I'm probably not going to continue this. There's no reason for me to be here, and I'm going to move on to the other one. And sure enough, a lot of these guys are talking to like 3 chicks at one time, right? He might get rejected by one, or one of them might try to play that whole you have to take me out on 80 dates type of stuff, but he's quickly going to dismiss her, and he's going to get with the chicks that are more open. And see, that's the whole thing about this. That's the whole crux about this. A lot of these young ladies out here are guys, it's, even though a lot of videos say it's hard, it's really not, man. It's really not, because a long time ago, a lot of these chicks, these same chicks that are out in the open now, they would have been more secretive. They would have been more secretive because society deemed it inappropriate. You know, society was deeming this type of behavior inappropriate not too long ago. You know, not too long ago, it was inappropriate for chicks to openly talk about their experiences, let's call it that. And it wasn't appropriate for chicks to even talk about intimacy. I'm going to use that word intimacy, but you guys know what I'm talking about, the S word. It really was. But now it's, you just go on TikTok, just go on Instagram, go on Facebook, hell, if anyone uses that, go on Snapchat, and you can see all of these chicks just being super duper open, just being extremely open. And it kind of, you know, these guys capitalize on this, right? These guys capitalize on this, and these guys are what you would call players or whatever, and they've always been around since the beginning of time. They've always been around. They've been around since God made man. Okay, there's been guys, naturally, there's been guys that got way more play than others, and that's just the order of things. But now it's like, in this day and age, it became even easier for these guys. It became even easier because when they walk outside, all they have to do is present that energy, right? Present that sexual energy, and he's gonna see which chick picks it up, because more likely than not, she's gonna be super open with it as well. You know, I can recall on times when, like I said, most of these guys are in lounges and bars and stuff, not really high quality. I'm gonna throw that out there. I should have thrown that out there in the beginning. A lot of these chicks are not high quality, right? I'm gonna throw that out there before you guys feel down on yourselves like, oh man, I don't capitalize and shit. A lot of these chicks aren't quality, right? But you know, I can recall times I was in bars and lounges and it was like the same night type of deal. I really didn't talk too much. I really didn't, you know, of course I converse with them because personality is still important, fellas. It is still important because that energy, you got on top of your looks, for my look people, you got to have that type of energy because you could look as handsome as you want, but if you got that kind of, that energy that's not exuding that sexuality, okay, then it might not work because she's gonna be like, I don't know, something about this guy is off. But it will be times where, you know, I met the chick same night or shortly after we did our thing, right? And there's guys out there that do this on like a mass level, you know. So anyway, you know, just a little observation, a little fun video. Let me know what you guys thought. Peace.